Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. This is Birds of a Feather podcast. It's your boy Qcity.
Boy, Taj Bravado.
And this is the betting pod for week 12. We live, we on video. Y'all see us coming in. We doing it big now. Right? Right. So we're off last week for Thanksgiving, right? Just enjoying the family, enjoying the time. Um, we can look back at the games for week 10 just so we can get our record straight. But honestly, first thing, let's get into the props for this week's game versus the Jets, right? So we both talked about the fact that this is kind of going to be a defensive struggle, right? Not a lot of points on the board, but even still, there's some gems in there, right?
Yeah, it is.
So getting to you first, bro. You got Bijan over 58 and a half rushing yards. Holla at me on that one because the Jets got a stout run
They
defense.
do, but I think 58 is a good number, and it looked like they're going to try to feed him the second half of the season. So it just makes sense. 58 don't seem like a crazy number. I feel like it's a little low. But
Yeah, definitely coming right out the bye.
Yeah.
100%. Coming off the bye, it definitely looked like there was a concerted effort to get Bijan involved. So it's like if he gonna get the touches, he gonna pop one at least to get to 58.
Yeah. So 58, I
Now,
like that one.
you got Jonnu for 18 and a half over on the receiving yards. What kind of prompts you to that one? Because I'm on the other side with the tight end. I got Pitts.
See, I ain't got no rhyme or reason. This is the field thing. It just, I was looking at him like, I can see that. I see this one happening. I don't have like no grandiose answer for y'all. I'm sorry, but it just feels like he's gonna hit over 18 and a half.
Now, surprisingly, even though the Jets defense is really good, they're middle of the pack against tight ends. So if there is an opportunity to get off, it might be one of our guys this week, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, here's the good one. I like this one. You got London over on 6.5 targets. Walk me through that one.
That's where this guy, they got the chemistry. He gonna feed him.
Now, what about if they put sauce over that way?
I don't think Ritter care. I don't think he give a damn. London up there somewhere.
Hey, you down there somewhere. No, but what I have noticed is he usually tends to rack up those targets and yards later in the game, right? Late third quarter, fourth quarter. Usually they're going to him in clutch and pressure situations. So even if it looks crazy at the beginning of the game, he probably gonna come through for you at the end.
Yeah. That's what I'm feeling with it.
And this is just targets, not receptions. So
Yeah, just
I'm pretty sure they'll be looking his way. Now, I saved your last one because like we both share this one. Ritter 194.5 total yards. You taking the over. I'm in the same boat with you on this one.
it just makes sense.
Now, it does. It does. I don't think that he's going to have some sort of crazy 350-yard passing day. It's just more so like between you being able to scramble a little bit, get outside on the pocket, and continuously move the ball down the field in slow bunches, you're gonna like screw your way to 200 yards of offense. So I just 194.5 seems like right on the money there.
Because I don't think he's gonna get the passing yards, but like if he runs anything like he did last week, like just being like if it ain't there, just take off. I think that's gonna be easy to hit.
Now, one thing I was gonna ask is that because we both said, this is gonna be a defensive struggle. This is gonna be a lot of work. Both teams, this game might end 17-10, somewhere in there, right? Something that kind of struck me was the idea of the locker room kind of being lost a little bit, right? Especially if Aaron doesn't come back this season, which is crazy that it's even a question for him to come back this
That's
season,
insane, 'cause it's been 3
right?
months. That's insane.
It's crazy work. But what would you think about this defense quitting this game? And I mean that in the sense of like, could we see an uncharacteristic showing from the Jets where they allowed 24 to 31 points just because like we saw some tension in the tension on the sidelines over that Miami game. You know what I'm saying? And it really just gets to the point to where this season there is no hope. They got your boy Zach. He's third string quarterback. Like they're literally saying, like, bro, I cannot play with you. They're playing with Tim Boyle. That's kind of like a clear sign to the locker room that, like, yo, we ain't got it this season. Aaron's gonna come back if they're in the playoff hunt. I think ownership wise, it makes more sense to not be in the playoff hunt so that you don't risk your quarterback for the next year. You know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts on that? Because I was thinking on an off chance that we might see an offensive outburst just
You know
because
what?
that defense ain't looking the same.
I've honestly kind of been getting that feeling throughout the week since we last talked because it's like there's more things are starting to fall into place. It just kind of it feel like it's a possibility that they could finally get that offensive explosion that we've all been expecting. Because the Jets is a weird situation. You know, like you said, Tim Boyle's the quarterback. They don't really have a whole lot going on offense. Just a lot of frustration welling up. So it could get real weird. I still don't really feel confident in calling it, but I do see a reality where we do end up getting that offensive explosion.
And I think it's spurred by some capitalizing on defensive adjustments, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think back to the Commanders game, bro. I be wanting to, like, not even in no racist way. I be wanting to call them Redskins like so many times,
It's
but I just be,
it's like that they've been that team for the majority of our lives, and then what 3 4 years ago they said nope, you can't call that no more. Like, huh?
yeah, like it be messing me up. But I think back to the Commanders game where we had multiple red zone trips, we had multiple turnovers that ended in the red zone, right? What was it? One time went down to the two and didn't score. You know what I'm saying? So when I think Tim Boyle is a very comparable quarterback to Sam Howell. In fact, I think he's way worse than Sam Howell,
Yo,
to
he's
be
way
completely honest.
way
Yeah, I think
worse.
he's way worse than Sam
I
Howell.
wouldn't say
So
he's
I do
comparison.
think, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, comparable in the sense of, like, you don't think about him as an upper echelon quarterback, and then I thought about it, and I was like, nah, he way worse, bro. Like he's below starter level. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think there's going to be opportunities defensively that'll put us in position to score, right? If that's the case, are we going to capitalize on those? And I think that is where the game could get out of hand and really put that defense in a position to where roll over is too strong a word, but just kind of like not as tight knit a group. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a little more susceptible to making the hero play if they know that
yeah.
offense.
Yeah, so
Because
they
we
could really
talked
learn
about it.
discipline.
You know.
Yeah, they could be a little more
Mm-hmm.
disciplined than they normally are because playing hero ball gets you in some dangerous spots. That leads to defensive breakdowns and all type of things. And with the style of play, I think we're gonna come into that game with because it's gonna be a rainy game. We outdoors and it's gonna be raining. Um, so I think the run game is originally gonna weigh in, and then once we do take our shots, them playing that hero ball is gonna lead to some breakdowns. Hopefully,
Has London fumbled at all this year? I know he had two crucial ones last year.
yeah, I don't think he has. I don't think he has.
I don't
Only
think
one that
he's I
has a
don't think
fumble
he's
this
fumbled
season
at all this year.
is well the one who I ain't gonna call him out, but because hopefully we passed that. So
Yeah,
hopefully we
yeah,
passed
yeah.
that.
Which is weird because, like, he doesn't have small hands. He has a decent arm, so it's not like a. It's weird. It's weird. Our running backs haven't had too much issues holding on to the ball. Bijan had one critical fumble I could think of,
He had
and
a
then
couple, but
I
one of them was a
haven't.
callback. He's the only one that's put it on the ground.
Yeah, I haven't thought of Algier putting the ball on the ground or Patterson, and I think this might be more of a Patterson. The only thing that puts me in jeopardy for your 58 and a half, and I got one on Bijan too, is that I think this could possibly be a Patterson and Algier type of day, just in terms of rainy day, big powerful backs, and they're using Bijan more in the pass screen game than they are in the running game.
I mean, I get that, but I just think at least earlier in the game, we're gonna see Bijan. Now in the second half, fourth quarter, you might that's Tyler's time. Because he's shown he's a good closer as a running back because he's not gonna damn with you. He's just gonna just run straight at you. And by that time, the defense is tired because they've been having to deal with the various styles of running backs we got. Because we got Bijan who's gonna frustrate you because you can't get your hands on him. And you got Cordero who can do that and still put some pain on you. And then Algier, he's just gonna run through you. He don't care about none of this. Woo, come here.
And guess what? Line it up again because I'm coming right back.
No, don't go nowhere. Come right back. Stay right here.
Hey, look, he really put the pain on the Saints, right? And so I definitely think they might look toward that as they're moving through. My total, when I look at my bets, I got a total yards on Bijan, 80 and a half. I took the under on that actually, right? Just because of my thinking of this could be a Patterson and Algier type of game. And that defense is real stout. So, there is a way that
The
we
fact,
both win.
yeah. With the fact that it's gonna be well, I mean, the weather reports is supposed to rain. It's gonna be an 80% chance of showers from like from kickoff to like 3 p.m. So I expect that to affect the flow of the game, and so you could see more of the Algier and Tyler and Algier and Cordero because I do
I
think they're
got
gonna score a
cool.
lot of yards.
I got cool for 6.5 kicking points. I took the over on that one. Definitely see him getting an extra point in there. And then 2 field goals. That's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's going to be a rainy game. It's going to be a defensive struggle type of game. I could see him putting up 7 kicking points pretty easily, right? And I don't see us scoring like I see red zone opportunities, but when we had both discussed the game, we kind of talked about it being a defensive struggle and whatnot. And so I base my bets on kind of telling that story rather than telling the Jets quit story. And so, like, there's a way in which we score 24 points and Cool only has, 6 kicking points there. But there's also a way in which we score 17, we score, what is it, 19 points and Cool has, what is that, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 kicking point or yeah, 13 kicking points. So it just works either way.
I'm a little scared of that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I mean,
So
it
the
makes
last
sense.
kicking point, yeah.
It makes sense, but it's just like I'm a little. I don't know. I'm scared of kicking points, but I mean, six and a half ain't out. It's not unreasonable.
Yeah, 2 field goals and an extra point. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could 100% see that. I could 100% see that happening. So the other one I got, like I said, you had Johnu. I had Pitts 29 and a half yards for the over. Like I said, they're middle of the pack against tight ends. So I was looking at it like I don't think Pitts is going to get off. I don't think anybody's going to get off in this game, but I definitely think Pitts should be able to, work the middle of the field. If they're targeting him and looking for him, obviously they know a little bit more about football than we do, so they can see that the Jets kind of are susceptible to tight ends. You have a freak there. He might eat a couple targets, you know what I'm saying, and be able to cross that 30-yard threshold. And I think that's kind of a low number for Pitts.
Yeah, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, 29 and a half is very low. But I mean, when you look at it in the grand scope of tight end numbers, it's fair. I still think it's low, but it's fair.
Yeah, based on him. We both got the Ritter 194.5 total yards over. Already talked about that one. And then my one bet on the other team, I got Boyle 180.5 passing yards. Hear me out. I took the over on that. Only reason why, like I said, bets got to tell a story. When I think about it, I think he's going to be playing against prevent defenses the whole second half, right? I think he shoots them, not prevent per se, but I definitely think he's going to be playing against shell defenses the whole second half that is just strictly focused on keeping everything in front of them and knowing that like they can't score, right? Like they can't score. And I think that allows him, especially later on in the game, to rack up yardage totals, even though, excuse me, even though they're not actually in scoring position. Because if you look at the Dolphins game, he was at like 250 something yards, and they only scored 10 points.
Mm, I'm scared of that one. I wouldn't. Yeah. That's not. I'm not touching the over or the under on that one. So more power to you on that one.
I'm taking the over. I think he will be able to get a bunch of yardage total, but I don't think that messes with the story of the best I'm telling. So if you look at it, I'm 21-24 on the season. Taj, you 9-10, right up under that 500 mark. Looking for 5-0, 4-0 weeks, so we can get head back to that 65%. Hold that over, hold that strong, right? And so then y'all can believe us when we giving out betting
Yeah,
advice.
the experts in the making.
So, nah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good. Well, I mean, hell, even if we wrong, like it's all good. Um, so check this part out. We go back to all the way back to week 10 because that was the last time we did games. I'm gonna go first because we got to talk about you. We got to talk about you. I'm gonna go first. So the Jags minus the Jags covering 6.5 versus Tennessee. I got that one. Chicago on Thanksgiving covering that 7.5 versus Denver. Got that one. Seattle money line versus the Rams. I lost that one. And then my like big bet of the week was Tampa 12.5 versus San Fran. Did not hit it all. San Fran beat the brakes off them niggas. That shit wasn't even close. Right? Right? So had a 2-2 week. Started week 6-10, 8-12. Right? So this man Taj, right? He started the week 3-8. So it's like, bro, you been down bad, right? Bills money line versus the Jets. Cash. All right, that's easy. Anybody knew Josh Allen was gonna beat the Jets, right? Cleveland money line, Pittsburgh. I was like, I'm staying away from this. No, I'm taking that, right? Then he had Philly money line versus the Chiefs. Cash. So you 2-1 right now, right? Because Cleveland didn't beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh beat Cleveland. I'm like, oh, you 2-1. Come on, join the kid for this 2-2 week. This man called the Las Vegas plus 14 versus Miami. Big Fangio has never allowed a rookie quarterback to stay in the game for that freaking long. Do you understand how much that pissed me off when I've been picking large spreads all damn year? I swear to you. I was texting this man like, yo, everything you stand for, trash. Trash, bro. Trash. Like, yeah. But now you called it 3-1 week. Yeah, up to 6-9. I'm 8-12, 6-9. We're gonna go ahead and rock out with this week to see what more we could put into it. You know what I'm saying? We can get up to that 65%. And I do want y'all to know we don't just talk this. Like these are actual bets.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear these, I am actually losing money. I don't I don't want you to think, right? But the thing about it is, so I play the spreads a lot, right? And because of that, there's different odds. I usually don't parlay my stuff. So like certain bets pay out more than others. So even with a losing record, I may still be able to, either break even or make some money.
I'm a parlay bandit, man. I'm trying to get rich.
I know, bro. Like you had the most devious 7-leg parlay I've ever seen in my life, dog. Like you need Jesus.
Man, look, we going big. We ain't going home. We just going big.
Hey, nah, for real. So, Taj, my man. Tennessee money line versus the Colts, divisional game. What's got you on? What's got you moving on that one?
Um, this is another one of them field things. I know you shouldn't emotional bet, but I feel like the Titans are going to really come up with their best game, trying to get back into this playoff picture. They said they ain't out, and I believe Mike Vrabel. So that's the rationale. He's someone I believe in.
Hey, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And that man, he keeps his team fighting all the way through.
So,
The only thing I would say about them, most of their wins are NFC teams as of right now. And so, because it be us, Carolina, and Tampa, right? And so, like, all those AFC losses do start to add up over time. But, hey, you can go on a run here. It starts with your division. They're not catching the Jags or the Texans, but you can sneak into the wild card because you're a game back. You're 2 games back, but you lost a lot of tiebreakers. But you can make it up because I think they only got one NFC opponent left um through the rest of the year, right? They're 4-7 right now.
I believe they're 4-7. Let me pull up the standings. So you got the Jags at 8-3, Colts are 6-5, Texans are 6-5,
Mm-hmm.
and the Titans are 4-7. The Colts?
Yeah, so you're like 2 games back. Yeah. Nah, Colts is they staying in there, bro. They staying in there. Everybody talk about the Texans going crazy or whatnot, but I think it's just because like they had the number 2 pick in the draft. Nobody expected 6 wins out of them. Yeah, but like, yeah, Colts are right there, bro. And that's another reason I think the Jags are gonna like run away with this division. For the Colts, to be honest, it doesn't behoove them to make the playoffs this year or do anything really without Anthony Richardson. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't get him experience. It doesn't, Michael Pittman's been to the playoffs. Jonathan Taylor's been to the playoffs. So you're not really everybody wants to get into the dance though. You know what I'm saying? So like I can't take that away from you. But it's not really long term helping you do too much for your franchise getting into the playoffs this year. It's just gonna get you a worse pick.
I didn't realize. Let me see. When the last time the Colts been to the playoffs?
Should have been Phillip Rivers year.
2020.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers year.
Because I don't remember Michael Pitt. I don't remember him being in it. I don't remember Pittman being in it. I guess he was.
Yeah, his rookie year. They went to the playoffs his rookie year. And that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't, you had a real crappy 2 years. It doesn't really behoove you to. In 2021 wasn't even a super crappy year per se.
No.
You had Carson Wentz. Yeah, you had Carson Wentz. They lost at the last game of the season to the Jags, so they couldn't get in. And in 2022, you had a fossil Matt Ryan, and
that wasn't even all. That was just a whole entire dumpster fire that year.
nah, it was a crap show. You know what I'm saying? Like it was bad, but like guys have experience or whatever. You have your future, right? You have your future, and if he's not playing, not saying that like everybody should just give up or anything, but it's just like it doesn't behoove you as a franchise long term to be pushing your guys trying to go through playoff. Like, what if you go to the playoff? Jonathan Taylor breaks his ankle in a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Now you're starting off next season in the same predicament you started off this season with, not having a strong running game, which caused you to just move your mobile quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But granted, he does have to protect himself better. He does have to protect himself better. But even still, I wouldn't be surprised if they went on like a 2-game losing streak, if they just started shutting people down. You know what I'm saying? They lost this game, they lost another one. I wouldn't be surprised if they just started shutting people down at 6-7.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't think they would, but crazier things happen.
Well, hey, because I like the salary cap. I like the money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Nakeem, what's it called? Jonathan Taylor's backup. Like you flip him this offseason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say Nakeem Himes. If is
he got traded to the Bills last year.
What's his backup's name? He just ran for like $150. Moss, Zach Moss. Zach Moss. You go ahead and flip him for a 3 or a 4 if you can this year, right?
I don't think no one's going to fight on that. That's kind of steep.
His contract he's still very friendly contract.
I think it's
Very friendly contract.
Rookie contract, but I don't know if anyone wants to give him a third for that though, because you can just go draft for that Moss.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. You could probably get a 4 out of him. But then it's like, are you going to find anybody better in the 4th? My only thing is
running back's a diamond doesn't. You can always find one. It's just if you
no, true. My thing is you just paid Jonathan Taylor. So like in my mind, I wouldn't want to allocate like any more dollars to the running back position. I'm looking to draft somebody in the 6th or 7th. Like I need somebody dummy cheap because I'm paying Jonathan Taylor like, was it 15 to 17 a year? Something crazy in there. Yeah, no, like I need something cheap, bro. I need cheap as hell. I need a 4 for 4. You feel me? Like I need cheap You feel me? That's what I'm saying. You flip, you get that running back room gone. Even if you got a double dip in the draft at 6th and 7th round, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to allocate any more dollars to that position. But that's like when I think of team building, that's more so how I think about it. And it's like you're not paying your quarterback yet, right? So you can't afford to keep Zach Moss maybe for another year. But Michael Pittman's going to come up on his contract. You're going to have to invest in your line, be it free agency or draft capital. I don't think you're going to address it in draft capital. I do think they're going to try to quick style it on what's called free agency. They just let their linebacker go, the All Pro dude. They just let him go in the middle. Yeah, Leonard.
Not Giants, but the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah, like they just let him go. So you're gonna have to revamp your defense because you have a very cheap quarterback. You may be looking to spend in free agency on the defense, right? So like that bill's gonna come due in about 2-3 years. I can't be paying a running back, bro. Like I can't be doing it. Yeah. So then your next one, bro, you got the Broncos. Staying in the AFC South, you got the Broncos beating the Texans, right? So you got both of the teams under the Jags falling to 6-6. So you think Russ Dangerous continues the hot streak?
Yeah, the Broncos been. I mean, after they had after they got sent to the taken to the king by the Dolphins, they've had a surprising bounce back. They've been playing some good football. Russell has been playing arguably one of the better quarterbacks in the league thus far. Has the best touchdown interception ratio. But
I got to push back on you on that one, bro. He is playing baby football, my boy. Like he hasn't put the ball really in the air. Like
he got 20.
He's making. Don't get me wrong.
He got 20.
He making ridiculous.
And 4 interceptions. He's taking care of the ball and getting the ball to the right. He's doing what you expect the quarterback to do.
He is back to like 2012, 2013 Russ, bro. It's so disappointing.
Hey, that's fine. Take care of
It's depressing to watch.
I'm not watching much.
It's depressing, bro. Like it's like, bro, like you're not even Russ no more, bro.
He's 35.
Like, yeah, he's 35, but like they also just paid that man $175 million.
But Payton ain't the one that paid him.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. That's true. It's just one of them things. It's like, bro,
Payton is getting something out of him, like, and they win a game.
It feel like he's trying to make a play like Drew Brees, to be honest with you, and like people think because of their stature
they're very different.
that they're the same. They're completely different quarterbacks.
Is like a in structure quarterback, like timing, anticipation. Russell Wilson, he's the play after the play guy. Like
yeah, and you're trying to turn him into something, and it looks like it's giving great results. But to be honest with you, it they could have easily lost their last 2 games. But you know what?
But they won.
Exactly. And people used to say the same shit about the Seahawks.
Look, they don't ask how you win, they ask if you won.
Yeah. I used to say that, like the Seahawks, you look up and they got 11 to 12 wins, and in 9 of them were 1-score games. So it's all right, cool. So obviously, we got 2 that we're both aligned on. So I'll go to the one that we're still a little different on. You got the 49ers money line versus the Eagles. When you gonna learn, bruh? When you gonna learn to stop betting against these damn Eagles, bruh?
I got an agenda to push. I gotta stick to the brand.
Man said I got some slander to pull, bro.
No, man, I love the Eagles. It's just time. It's just time. This is. I'm honestly surprised this wasn't flexed into a primetime position. But
I was there.
But the Niners. I feel like the Niners are gonna take this game very personal. The Eagles are gonna look at it as another game, probably. So that's why I think the Niners are probably gonna get this one, and then they're gonna make the playoffs, and the Eagles gonna smack them back to reality. But hey, regular season, I'm giving it to the Niners.
You're a bold man.
Taj Bravado.
All All right, so the two we're both aligned on, right? You got a money line. I took the spreads. We got Atlanta money line versus the Jets. We both took them to win. This should be a win, and if this isn't a win, we're coming on that Monday pod. Like we're coming on that Sunday night pod. Drops on Monday. Like yeah. Like wait, Arthur's a dead man walking at that point. Um, and then you got Detroit money line versus the Saints. I got them covering the spread versus the Saints. I think they gonna smack the dog out the Saints, bro. Like I think that game is going to get ugly.
Nothing will make me happy.
Yeah, no, I firmly believe that game is gonna get ugly, bro. I think it's gonna get like, and I think what's his name is still out. Olave, I think Olave is still out.
They were dropping like flies versus this.
Yeah, 22 still out. What's that? Shaheed, he's still out.
Lattimore's gone. I don't know if Mike Thomas is playing.
Bro, I think Detroit finna just Mr. Miyagi style, wax on, wax off. They finna wax that out. Like, I think that.
They finna boat race them. It's about to be a flood.
Yeah, I think so. I got them covering the spread. I think that game finna get nasty. The other three I got. So I got Jacksonville as a favorite covering versus Cincy on Monday night, right? Jay Browning, he showed me a little bit, but once you get that second, third week of film, backup quarterbacks become backup quarterbacks. Just look at the Pasternak, right? Like, if you're a backup for a reason. You just got to get enough film on you, and I think the Chargers coach is a dead man walking, but I don't think he feels like I don't think he knows that like bro it's over. So I think he's gonna have that team.
He knows. He could be in denial all you want to, but he knows.
Oh, he in the middle of Egypt, bro. He in the middle of Egypt right now. So I think he's gonna have the team like really revved up.
Every time you walk by the owner.
He gonna have the team really revved up, and I think these guys are gonna come out, and since he doesn't really have too much. And I'm talking about two different games, bro. Jacksonville, my fault.
We're professionals.
My fault. That's on me. Hey,
professionals, man.
Players fuck up too. That shit happens. Jacksonville, they're gonna beat Cincy. LA, coach doesn't know he's a dead man walking. Bill Belichick has lost all faith in Mac Jones. I think that LA, I just took the money line versus the Patriots because I'm not brave enough to take the 5.5 because I don't think that Bill is ever going to just roll over. But I think LA is going to be pumped up, charged to win this game. I think I definitely got the money line on that one.
I ain't got nothing to say about that one.
Hey, look, and then the last one, right? Hear me out. And it's more Kenny Pickett slander for anybody who's followed us for a little bit of time. That game last week, 450 yards of total offense, right? How many points? Hey, exactly.
That's not an indictment on the quarterback.
Exactly. Everybody talking about, it was the offense. Niggas can't score. They can't score, bro. So I got Arizona +6 versus Pittsburgh. Hell, Pittsburgh might don't. Hey, I'm taking it. Arizona's gonna keep it within 6. They're gonna keep it within 6, bro.
Well, they about to be on Kyler ass like right on rice.
Bro, they're gonna keep it within 6. With Kyler back, they're gonna keep it within 6. I that's the strongest bet I feel. That's the second strongest. I think the Detroit bet is my strongest one. That's the second strongest bet.
Like that one.
I think they keep it within 6 for Pittsburgh. I love that one. It's more Kenny Pickett slander. We take sides on this pod. Y'all know where I stand on Kenny Pickett. If y'all know nothing else, y'all know where I stand on Kenny Pickett. All right, so obligatorily, please, bet responsibly. We looking for a sponsor. If y'all know anybody out there that runs a betting thing and they want to give it to somebody, holla at us.
Tell a friend.
But
tell a friend and get back to us.
Yeah, but in all truth, honestly, please bet responsibly. Set limits, stay within your limits. Don't do anything crazy. You get your legs broke by a bookie. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Because I'm gonna skip right by you. I had to cut out this long, awkward ass silence. You're supposed to say something right there.
My phone going crazy. It's blowing me up.
Like, see, this is good while we not recording on the phone. You know what? We got to stop all that shit because, like, we record by the minute over here. Like, we pay by the minute. So
got to
we don't pay by the minute, but, like, we only got, like, 2 hours. And then,
we got to be more disciplined, because we done ate up our.
yeah. All right. So, this has been your boy Qcity.
Boy, Taj Bravado.
We out.
Peace.